Here we have a new 2023 Wagoneer Grand Wagoneer Series III. So this is top of the line here. This paint is going to be the silver zenith. And then we have global black, palermo quilted perforated leather interior. And the powertrain consists of the Hurricane 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6 engine, made into an 8-speed automatic transmission. And that gives us 510 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque. But coming around to the front end here, we have our LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights. And love the design here, but the LED daytime running lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But chrome and gloss black throughout, which looks fantastic. Not a sight of black plastic. I just rhymed on accident. Coming around the wheels here, we have 22s, which look great. And I love just having the brown with the silver finish there that says Grand Wagoneer. It just really makes it pop as opposed to a regular one, among many other things, but still. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors, power running boards. I love the wood grain throughout, and even just how nice this latches for the door. Everything is super premium. But one-touch automatic up and down for all 4 windows, rear window lock here, power door lock controls, and then we do have power mirror controls, so I can adjust it that way, and then I can pick a side or turn it all the way down, and I can power fold the mirrors, and I have blind spot monitors as well as blind spot mirrors, which usually you don't see both, so pretty neat. And then we do get a premium Macintosh sound system, which is impeccable. I wish I could play it for you all, but it's top notch. It's probably one of the top 3 sound systems I've ever experienced. And then we have a bottle holder here. Headlamp controls are here, off, corners, on, auto, and then you can push this button for the fog lights. We have adjustable pedals, and then we also have gauge cluster brightness, and then the lights we can toggle on and off. And then the electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Then a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Now going back to the seat controls, since they're not on the actual seat, you have memory seat functions here, power thigh supports here. You can adjust this seat bottom about every which way, and then you can control the actual tilt of the seat, and then the top half of the seat can also be melded to fit how you'd like it to. And of course the headrest is also power up and down there. So tons of adjustability. And there's the seat itself, which is absolutely beautiful. I love the quilted design here. Feels so nice. I just want to rub my hand against it. And then I love the illuminated Grand Wagoneer on the seat itself. Very impressive. But I'm 6'3", so we're gonna check out the legroom and headroom from the second row. But first, love how they designed the rear window blind here. Instead of having them the hooks face the other way, having them face this way, it's a lot easier to pull it up and down. And still plenty of storage in the actual door panel. Let's go ahead and check this out. And this wind is terrible, so excuse me. So legroom is pretty great back here. Like I said, 6'3", longer legs. Have an intercell between my kneecaps and the back of the seat. And honestly, I'd have more, but this seat's so massive and how it tilts and just how it's made, it takes up a lot of room. But where this is such a hoss, it really does allow you to still have room to fit in here. So pretty impressed by that. And everything feels nice. Like even the grab handle feels good. You can hang a hook or 2 on here. And then premium dome lights throughout, map lights. And then we have a USB-C, USB-A input on both sides, and we have a 115-volt 3-prong household plug-in down here and a 12-volt there. And then the rear AC vents are tucked right in there, which looks good. But to the rear AC controls, we have those here, so we can control where the air is coming from here. We have 3-stage heated cooled seats for the second row, which is awesome. Then we can even control the fan speed, sync it, and then we have an auto mode as well. And I just love how intuitive everything is. Super awesome. And then cup holders are here. You have a storage pouch, USB-C, USB-A input there. And you can even close that up so nobody sees it if you're in the grocery store or something. And there's a view of the back seat And that room is crazy, I can tell. But all of your controls are there, so you can tilt that third row. You have a USB-C, USB-A input, cup holder, storage. And then on the other side, you have the same thing. And then I'm gonna show you all this fam cam when we get back to the front, but I love that. But if you wanna fold that seat flat, pull up here, pretty easy to do. And it's also easy for you to get back here as well. So I'm gonna show you that. And then we also have additional buttons here that we can use. So we can fold that third row either way, back and forth. So super neat, and I can do that from the second row. So that is super awesome. And then we also have this third row skylight, which is nice. And then I can close that. Excuse me. And then again, being able to tilt that, super cool. But watch this, with the seat up. I think I just hit the release on accident. But with the seat up, that's my legroom. Fantastic. But when you're back here, easy to hit this button, tumbles forward, you can get right out. So far, super impressed by the room here. Fuel fillers here. Of course, with that Hurricane inline 6, you recommend to put 91 plus in there to get the full power output. But to the back here, we do get LED tail lights. And then to open this up, button right there. It's something caught my throat all day. Only when I'm recording though, for whatever reason. The trunk space back here is nice, and we can tumble that second row, and then of course power fold up and down the third row from back here. But still, great space back here, even with the third row up. And we can even close or set that rear lift gate. And under here, additional storage there. I think that's a roof rack. But taking a look underneath the vehicle, there's a spare if you ever need it. There's the exhaust. I love that we get that dual exhaust. Can't wait to test it out. But again, I apologize for the wind noise. But here we have the front passenger seat. I just love how they just put the little nuances throughout. And you get that awesome adjustability with this front passenger seat as well. And I'll show you the window sticker here momentarily. Lockable glove compartment. Not a lot of room in here, but they gotta make room for this screen here. So we're gonna hop in here and then see if we can get it to come on. I never can get it to work. There it is. So over here we have different inputs, notifications we can set up, all that. And then you can actually go into the controls to control the wireless headphones, the screen itself. And then you can even decide what radio station to put on, whatever, USB, so on and so forth. And then you have an HDMI port here, and then you can set up the video as well, all of that within the system. So super nice to be able to do that, but it just looks so cool in the actual dash here. And I want to give a huge shout out to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Franklin for allowing me to review this Grand Wagoneer. And here's the window sticker there. So stickers right at $110,640. And it's still hard to come by these, but I mean, they pretty much check every box with how this is spec'd out. I mean, this thing is immaculate. In terms of just interior features, you get everything. But I want to take a quick look in the engine bay. So I'm just going to pull that lever and we're going to check that out momentarily. So there's that Hurricane twin turbo inline 6. Has a nice little hum to it. And even just the cover, everything looks super, it reminds me of the Viper, honestly. let's go ahead and make our way to the driver's seat and check out all the driver features. So a super nice plush leather wrap steering wheel here, again with the wood grain. The brown stitching looks super, super premium. Now over here, we do have the radio. I think this is a 12-inch screen, but we have the heated seat functions, cooled seat functions, heated seat functions, cooled seat functions, and then we have the zone functions here so we can toggle those, and then we have 3-stage heated steering wheel over here. And you get the same, other than the heated steering wheel, on the front passenger seat. But to the screen itself, this is the home page, so you can have your phone set up here to connect that, hit add device, search for Bluetooth devices. Pretty easy to do. It walks you through the whole thing. And then we have the actual audio that's up. So XM, I can just hit that to expand the screen. And then I can go through FM, XM, if I have my phone hooked up. And then all of your sources will be right in there as well. But the navigation here, hit that, and it'll expand. And great picture here. If you want to type in an address, just go to the search bar and you can add your home, add your work, find a gas station, find a restaurant, coffee, parking, all of that. And I like the system. You just have to be pretty careful because all of this is up here, which I love having this here. I have it in my Pacifica Hybrid. I can just hit this here and then pull up all of my buttons for the heated seat, heated steering wheel, cooled seat. And it's nice to have that sync as well because I don't have that in my Pacifica Hybrid, having all these here. All my buttons are down below. But love the crisp picture of this system. Now for the AC, you just go in here, you can set your fan speed, and what's great is you can do it from down here. You have buttons as well, even the auto mode, and you can just toggle that off by hitting the fan speed or just by cutting it off, which is fantastic because most vehicles don't allow you to do that. And then fan direction, you can choose that here, and it'll show you on the screen as well. And of course, you can also use the touchscreen to do that. And then temperature, up, down, or when it's up, you can scroll through. And there's just so much in the system. I could be in here all day, so I'm gonna try and cut it to a minimum. So again, media there, go to sources, and then you can choose from all of that. You also have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. Then you have your vehicle settings here. There's so much to do, but love this fam cam here. Being able to see third row, second row, all of that. Super, super awesome. And then to get out of that, hit that X button. And then your settings over here, you can actually go through your vehicle settings. So whether it's for the entertainment screen, the safety assistance, the Bluetooth, voice, navigation, mirrors, brakes, lights, everything is all in here, even the suspension. But you can adjust that on the fly. I'll show you that in a minute. But so much in this screen. I'm sure I missed something, but hopefully I hit on all the points that are mostly used. Backup camera, great picture, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Front camera here. And then you also have that trailer view as well, or zoomed in view, excuse me. So pretty great. It's crazy because it zooms you in and out, and then you have the 360 view as well. So pretty good visibility even in this big SUV. But down here we have our seats, so we can adjust the thigh bolster, the back bolster, the lumbar. Just fantastic how adjustable this seat is. And then the AC controls for the front as well. We can go through there, decide where we want it to come from, and then we can turn the sync on and off as well. Now for the massage, we can go in here and really get nitty-gritty with it. So we can choose the sensitivity or intensity, excuse me, and then we can set it certain ways. There are different presets available. And again, for both seats is incredible. And then rear AC controls are there. You can even cut the screen off, just touch it, turn it back on. Now down here, you hit this button, this screen raises up, and you have a 12-volt, 2 USB ports with an aux input and HDMI port, so your passenger can use that screen there if they have something hooked up. Then you have a wireless charging pad down in there. And then hit this button again, close it back up, and then the screen is working again. mute button, auto stop toggle, auto brake hold, and then you can turn your lane keep system off. Hazards there, traction control, self park assist, and then parking sensors, tow haul mode, and then that screen to the right toggle for that. Whew, there's a lot there. And then for your drive modes, you can use this knob here, which is basically for the four-wheel drive system. So you have rock, sand, mud, snow, auto, sport, and then you have a four-wheel low mode here, and you have a, what do they call that? I don't know, is it select speed? I think that's what it is. So select speed there, and you can toggle that on and off. And then 5 different suspension heights to choose from. So there's normal, and then there is basically your off-road mode there. And then you have an entry, exit, a few other options, but crazy. And then for the shifter, hit the brake, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you can toggle through all of that there, and then you can shift manually using this here. Cup holders are in here, and then you have a freezer box. You can toggle that on and off and just turn it into your center console if you want to. But you also have a storage pocket in here, so a USB-C, USB-A charge port. And then let's go ahead and open this up. So we have a nice full panoramic sunroof on top of the third row skylight that we have back there. But you can really open that up. So one touch to that first position, then you hit it a second time to open it all the way. And all the controls are for that, including that power lift gate, sunglasses holder, and then of course you hold it right there, and you got that as well if you don't want to use the fam cam. Rear camera mirrors here, toggle that on and off. Dome lights, garage door transmitter. I mean, I can't think of anything else that could be missing here. And then the lights even look good in the pull down mirror here. But I like this because it tells me to check the second row seat latch before driving, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that and get back right to you all and show you the gauge cluster. So now that I have that seat fixed, look at this craziness right here. There is so much going on with this, it's ridiculous. So I can choose what I want in the upper right, the left. It's insane. I love it though. And I can go in here and it'll show me the speed limit, the fuel economy here, and you can go into each of these menus too, which is crazy. And then from there, you can go through, I'm over here getting lost myself, different settings within each sub menu. So it's insane how much you can see here. And I love this because there you have your different drive modes. So I can set it to auto for the four-wheel drive, and then I can see the ride height there. So it's in normal, and then as I adjust it, it'll show me what it's going to. So as it's lowering, it'll say, okay, well here you are in the improved aerodynamics, and then I think that bottom one's going to be entry exit, and then you can go up to the off-road, and it's just so much that you can do here. And then you even have the terrain status as well, which is pretty neat. It's being able to show you what's going on. But Bluetooth controls are here, and of course you can scroll through the gauge cluster using these 4 arrows, the OK button, go through your track list or radio station presets behind the steering wheel, and then toggle your volume on this side. As you can see in there, not a lot of room. But over here we have all of our cruise controls. So lane centering, we can toggle that there. And then the gap adjust for the cruise, adaptive, all of that. Blinkers here, high beams, flash there. And then we have our rear wiper here, front wiper here. And then for the auto wiper, just hit that first setting, pull up for the front wiper fluid, and then press back for the rear wiper fluid. And then, goodness gracious, heads up display is right there, which is blinking, so you're not gonna be able to see it, but it doesn't blink like that. It's just how the lights are being picked up. But here's our push button start. And finally, we have our key fob with remote start. And then we can also toggle our entry exit here if we left it in a higher position. So again, just so much going on with this. But now onto the fun part. Let's go ahead and take this Wagoneer with the Hurricane Inline 6 out on the road for a quick test drive. So starting the test drive in this Grand Wagoneer, this Hurricane engine is insane. It really is. I'm gonna show you all on the interstate, hopefully here. I'll get a chance to, but I just tested it coming out of a corner and my goodness gracious. I mean, the pull is crazy. But the Grand Wagoneer, I was wondering why I've been seeing so many around, because I've driven I think it was a Series 1 or Series 2, just a regular Wagoneer, and that one was nice, but it just doesn't touch what you get for 20, 25 grand more. I mean, I'm getting a back massage now. I think I'm getting a bottom massage too. Everything looks premium, feels premium, but this engine choice especially is just, it's downright crazy. I mean, the power output is ridiculous. So the ride quality of this is pretty nice. And I'm in the improved aerodynamics, suspension height now. And I love just how, I'm still up high, don't get me wrong, but comparing this to the Off-Road 2, the top of the line off-road suspension, it's crazy how adjustable this thing gets. I mean, it's a big difference. And in the off-road mode, you could pretty much take on any curve. You can take on pretty much anything. It's super great. And you get that same Jeep off-road capability that you're used to, just in a luxury SUV. So getting on the interstate here, I'm pretty excited. Now I'm gonna put my foot down, but I'm not gonna thrash it at all. This is a new vehicle, so it's not gonna be anything crazy, but I am going to use the turbos just a little bit. And the acceleration is wild because this isn't even in sport mode. That's what gets me. But I have the cruise control on, lane centering's on. The lane centering might not be on, hold on. There it is. All right, now the lane centering's on. So fantastic system here. And the ride quality is wild. It's so plush. Just great in every way. And I'm just doing 65 right now, but still, you get up to about 75, 80 in this, you're just cruising on a road trip, just floats down the road. I mean, a superb driving vehicle. So compared to pretty much everything else on the road, just very impressive. And it pretty much has every feature. And I mean, in terms of features, this pretty much has more than anybody else. I mean, just a super impressive SUV. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Wagoneer Grand Wagoneer Series 3.